Hello, welcome to Misinformed, the podcast for movie reviews. I'm Alex Siegel, notorious ladies' man and sire to the future generation of Superman.
Hi, I'm Alex, turtle juggler and creator of unsellable nonconformist art.
Today we're reviewing Jumanji, The Next Level. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see the movie because I had to pick the fleas out of my cat's fur, but I'm going to try to review it anyway.
Unfortunately, I didn't see it either because my lizard got loose in the greenhouse and I had to have my very own jungle adventure. But here we go with the synopsis. In Jumanji, The Next Level, the gang is back and the game is changed. They return to Jumanji to rescue one of their own, and nothing is as they expect. Of course, they'll have to be brave and courageous and explore parts and unexplored areas until eventually perhaps escape the world's most dangerous game.
I love this movie. I thought it was a delightful romp through the slimy inner guts of a video game. You can almost feel the plastic controller in your hand. Your heart pounds and your forehead sweats with each increasingly difficult level. It's a roller coaster ride that you can't escape from. Not that you would want to.
I thought that it was a warmed-up jungle adventure with warmed-up effects, warmed-up everything, and dumb lines. And really, there wasn't anything I could get excited about.
Do you want to talk about the background here?
Yeah, so this is another franchise. I mean, there's the original Jumanji from 1995, which was an amazing movie compared to this current sequel. And then we had Alan getting lost, of course, and then Alan being found. We have a couple of other movies. And finally, we get Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle in 2017 with the same cast. And now Jumanji, The Next Level.
Well, let's get right into the plot. There are all the usual video game tropes in this movie, including leveling up, mini-bosses, and far too many cutscenes. It became obnoxious when the characters had to grind the same level over and over and over again for gold coins, though. That part was tedious.
Oh, and the quest givers. I mean, really, having little question marks show up above the wild animals, that was just a little too much. Now, maybe for people who don't play video games, this was funny, but I just kept feeling I was in the same old video game that I stopped playing 5 years ago.
Well, I actually really appreciated this part that was in 2D with 8-bit graphics and pixelated characters. I thought it was a fun retro throwback.
Yeah, what you call this? The amorphic? No, not anamorphic.
3/4 3D or whatever?
Yeah, no, it's ana something, where you can never quite see your character and you can never quite see what's at your feet and you certainly can never aim at what you're shooting at. I mean, in this movie, this was done perfectly because the characters could never see what they were shooting at each year and therefore they always missed.
I was also confused by the constant body and avatar switching. I mean, I couldn't keep track of who was really who after a while.
And it didn't help that they did the whole gender thing with that. They meant it to be funny, but mostly it was just tedious.
I did appreciate the fact that there were plenty of different landscapes, although the one on Saturn's ring was a little bit out of this world.
And I think the rain of meteors, that was probably not very realistic. I don't think there's meteors raining through Saturn's ring. And also the fact that the rings were blinking like Christmas lights. It was very cartoonish.
Do you have anything else to say about the plot?
Just that, the 2017 movie was kind of a reboot. And to be honest, I thought it was dumb. And unfortunately, 2019 is a reboot of 2017 and it's dumber. More rhinos than ever existed in the real world. More jungle, more flies.
Well, let's talk about the cast for a moment. Jack Black plays Dr. Shelby Oberon, but I'll never forget his portrayal as Tenacious D from 1996's Biodome. Pauly Shore carried that movie on his mighty thespian shoulders. That was a great flick.
Well, I thought Tenacious D was a rock band, wasn't it?
That's true.
I have some vague memories of seeing that rock band at a gaming convention, and I remember there being so much noise I had to leave the room. Do you have any other cast notes?
Nope, that was it.
Okay, that means it's my turn. So we have, of course, the unforgettable Robin Williams as Alan Parrish in previous movies. Now, in this movie, they're using a lot of preserved footage to actually bring Robin Williams back. And he gets to deliver some jokes that he never got to make in the original movie. I thought that was actually one of the few highlights of this movie.
I think since he's a dead actor, I found it actually very creepy.
Well, it was, but I'm a big fan of Robin Williams, and I really thought it was a nice touch.
Let's talk about the sound. Cheap synthesized game music abounds in this film. I swear it sounded like the orchestra was a Casio keyboard, and a cheap one at that. They even pay homage to the Mario Brothers theme at one point.
And asteroids. There was the asteroids. Pling, pling, whatever.
Yeah, do.
God. And they made it fit so well with what's happening in the movie, which says a lot about what's happening in the movie.
I want to talk about the costumes for a minute. Some of the costumes were clearly computer generated. They seemed to float around the actors without ever making solid contact. What did you think of that?
I loved the floating bikini. I mean, it continuously moved. It continuously emphasized shape without ever revealing anything that it shouldn't reveal. I thought that was magnificent.
What did you think of the special effects?
Rhinos? Was there any other special effects than rhinos? Lots and lots of trampling rhinos?
They were impressive rhinos. I mean, you could really feel the thudding through the theater's floor.
I went to see this movie in one of those rumbly theaters. There was this chair, they put like the subwoofers or something underneath your seats, or maybe they...
And it shakes you around and makes your head hurt.
Yeah, and the rhinos, they were actually, your seat was vibrating, and I started to get all queasy in my stomach. It was like, whoa, I've never gotten seasick in a movie theater.
Did you catch the product placement?
Yes. There was the bug repellent, obviously, and the sensible shoes and ridiculous camping gear, such as the collapsible lazy boy and the hand crank ice maker. They're both essential marks of modern civilization.
I noticed the mind meld video game controller. Did you know this controller is wired directly to your brain through holes drilled in your forehead? It's the latest thing.
That sounds a little bit painful.
Yeah, but you can't get any better control. Low latency inputs, it's amazing.
What about the fact that there's blood trickling down your forehead all the time and getting in your eyes?
Well, you wear swim goggles to keep the blood out of your eyes.
Okay, I can live with that.
All about the game.
All about the game.
Well, the big twist at the end turned out that Jumanji is the real world and Earth is really the video game. Who would have thought?
Well, you got that almost right, okay? Jumanji is another planet. And it turns out that the player have discovered a portal, and at the end, they get raided by the government, who takes it from them and generally ruins their lives.
I know. It's a little bit of a downer of an ending, but, the kids got to learn.
But it's better than Hitchhiker's Guide. That starts out with the Earth being blown to smithereens. So makes this pretty optimistic.
The moral of the movie is clear. Computer hacking is the ultimate survival skill.
And if you want some mindless, occasionally funny entertainment that includes lots of jungles, animals, go ahead and book a seat. Otherwise, I suggest a rewind to Jurassic Park or good old Fast and Furious.
Thank you for listening. This has been Misinformed, the podcast for movie reviews. Now we're going to go watch the movie. Goodbye.